The best camera bag isn't a camera bag. So I've spent a sad amount of money trying multiple camera bags, and the reality is that most people don't need one or shouldn't use one. Most camera bags are bulky, heavy, and the worst part, they look like camera bags. And looking like a camera bag isn't necessarily a bad thing. It's just that a lot of people want to steal camera bags, especially with more busy cities. I don't know. When I was in Korea, I was comfortable leaving my camera bag and just my camera gear in general, but maybe here in Vancouver, if you are in downtown, I don't feel too comfortable. I've had too many friends already had their stuff stolen. I've seen multiple people post on social media about their stuff getting stolen, and it's just a headache to deal with, and a lot of people actually quit photography because of this. Now, I follow a lot of rules or guidelines in my life, and the best one for camera backpacks and bags in general are as follows. Number one, never leave your camera bag in your car. You're better than that. It's the number one rule. Never leave it in your car. Never even think of leaving it in your car, even in the trunk. Worst thing you can do. Number two, minimal packing as much as possible. You don't need most things in your camera bag or backpack. Number three, you most likely don't need a 38 liter and above. It's just a bit too much. Now, everyone's situation is different and contextual. However, for the majority of you, you don't need a low pro, you don't need a nomadic backpack, you don't need whatever brand name you can find, Wandered, whatever these backpacks are, you don't need them. A good camera bag does make a difference if you are shooting or you actually go on shoots, you do campaigns, or you travel a lot. That's not the majority of you, especially most likely you watching. Maybe you're just starting out, maybe you're just getting into the groove of things and you just bought quite a bit of camera gear and you want to house these camera gears in a nice backpack. First thing, camera backpacks are also annoying, bulky, and heavy because they're designed for a rough time. They're also really expensive. I've had the Low Pro 450 AW2. It's a solid backpack, but it's just too tanky and overkill for what I'm doing and what most likely you will be doing. And the reality is that majority of you are just building the muscle to go and shoot. Don't feed into gas or gear acquisition syndrome. The one thing you'll get from this video is that good bag plus good camera insert equals a good time. So going into the first one, which would be the Uniqlo Multi-Pocket Shoulder Bag. This shoulder bag is honestly just a godsend. It's 30 Canadian dollars, so that's like $5 US. No, just kidding. But jokes aside, this shoulder bag is one of the most versatile shoulder bags and bags in general you can get. It has a lot going for it, especially for the price it is. So the common loadout for this setup is actually most of my setup, but since I'm filming right now with the A7C II, I'll just show you guys what it can potentially film. So I usually do two lenses. So two lens choice, one zoom and one prime. So this is a camcorder, by the way. So other lens combos that I use, the 24-50 f2.8 with the 11mm f1.8 with my A7C II. And then I do a 24-105 f4 with an 11mm or 35mm as well. They fit here. 28-60 kit lens with also my 11mm f1.8. And it can fit quite a bit of accessories, which will go into the pros. This bag is deceivingly spacious as its first pro. So for the size, it's 30 centimeters by 21 centimeters by 10.5 centimeters. So it's approximately 9 liters capacity, but I feel like it's more than that. So I talked about what I've packed in it, but let me just show you guys as well. Within it, if you wanted to squeeze a laptop, you can. I have my iPad right here. So I have lots of space for a second and even third iPad. So you can definitely get a laptop in if you squeeze it. And it has a low profile look, which is the main point of this video, is that it doesn't scream as if there's like expensive camera gear inside this bag until people watch. It's great for when you're in the city, when you're shooting or just traveling light. It looks like a basic bag like anyone has. And most of the people in the city have this bag. This is one of the most viral bags, I think, on TikTok. Another pro for it is that there's multiple pockets for anything you want to put. So I put like this microfiber cleaning cloth on here when there's quite a bit of space that you can put, especially inside as well. So you can definitely load it out with camera gear. It also has two pockets right here that you can put an umbrella, which I do have, because I'm gonna mention that one of the things is that here in Vancouver, a lot of people don't use umbrellas, but I need to because I have camera gear on here. Now it also has a soft and flexible exterior. The nylon fabric molds to your body and adapts to how much you pack. It's ideal as a daily driver. It's also ultralight and travel friendly. It weighs practically nothing. And it's a very budget friendly alternative. So the cons to this bag is that there's no built-in padding, which we'll get into at the insert portion. It's also not weather sealed. So if you get caught in rain and it gets really, wet, you could risk that. And the strap, if your bag's too heavy, it might be too much for your body. And it's definitely not ideal if you have multiple camera bodies or if you have a big DSLR. So the perfect pairing for this bag, which would be, let me take it out, the camera insert. So I came across this guy called SZONE. This was a different insert than what he recommended, but I found this on Amazon. So it might differ from where you're living. So this is called the SZONE padded folding camera bag. So it looks like that. And you can have stuff to put here on the zipper. And the best thing about this insert is that it's weather resistant, which I was mentioning in the con for this bag is that this one is not weather resistant, but your camera insert is. So on paper or on the website, it actually looked a bit too big for this bag, but once I bought it and tested it out, it's perfect. It's also such a good material to have, and you can carry it as well if you want to do that. Just some quick pros: quick access dual zipper, so smooth two-way zippers. You also have flexible internal layout. You can adjust it with the provided dividers, so it's really great if you want to mix and match. There's a mesh utility pocket that I just mentioned. It's ultralight and water resistant, and it doubles as a travel pouch as well if you want to use it as that. Cons of the insert is that it costs as much as the bag itself. So at 25 to 30 Canadian, it's okay. It protects your gear. You can get more expensive stuff anyways. Now let's go into a more elevated style of carrying your camera, which would be the COS curved leather shoulder bag. You can do this for any curved leather shoulder bag, but I've been eyeing this bag for a year and a half now, trying to track it down. I saw it on a video by Daniel Simmons. If you guys know Daniel Simmons, he's like a fashion creator, owns a brand. But it's a rare bag to come across, so I was able to find it on FB Marketplace, was able to get it for a sweet deal. The guy was really cool, collects bags. But anyways, so the common loadout for this bag tends to be my A7C II with my kit lens that I was able to grab as well use. Or I would have a 35mm on it, so it's usually like a photo bag. So the only lens I really don't bring with this bag is the 24 to 105. And the reason being is that it's just, if I combine this with the A7C II, removing it from the setup is just too much of a hassle, and I just keep hitting the zippers, which is one of the cons that I'll mention. So the COS curved leather shoulder bag is structured, it's minimal, and it's low profile. So it's designed more for when you want to be more fashionable and you just want, a bag to carry around. So for specs on this, 100% leather. The inside lining is organic cotton. The dimensions are 31.6 centimeters by 32 centimeters by 13.6 centimeters. It has an interior zip pocket as well, which you can have like your SD cards in it, and you can just, here. So pros, obviously it looks like very refined. It feels elevated, and it doesn't look like a camera bag, which is the point of the video again. So it's also surprisingly spacious. So you can fit a MacBook in here with some camera gear. It's a bit tight, but you can do that. So it's really just an aesthetic way of, bringing your camera bag. Cons of this though is that it needs a bit of help. So there's no internal structure, which is what the insert provides. So this insert. So there's also no external access, so it's only internal here. And honestly, the most annoying thing about this bag, which would be the con, is just the zippers. The way the zippers interact, and if you have camera gear, it's just keep scratching, but can't do anything about that. The insert, so the insert that makes it really nice to use, which would be the Yim Deer shock-proof foldable insert. None of these I mentioned, by the way, are sponsored. So this one is like 24 Canadian, so what, like $2 US? This is what transforms the bag into a stealth camera bag. So the dimensions of this are 27 by 12 by 16 centimeters, and the internal, which would be 25 by 10.5 by 15 centimeters. So the pros of this one, which would be it's shockproof padding, thick EPE sponge padding plus velvet interior. I don't know if that's true. Has a modular divider system, so it comes with Velcro dividers, so you can set up again your setup, and it's lightweight and you can fold it if you want. So it's a perfect fit for the cost bag because the other one would have been awkward with the zipper. It also doubles as a tech or travel pouch if you want. The issue and the cons for this one is that there's no water resistance. You can't seal the top. It's like a drawstring style top. So if it's raining, I wouldn't really take these two when it's raining. And it's just basic. So that's one of the cons for this one. And one of the last ones I'll mention as well is that if I want to start a loadout with any of these inserts, this would be the third option I bring. This one has stuff in it. It's a leather bag as well by Coach. I think it's called the Caleb. So I'll bring this if I want to have, for example, tripods, like other accessories, and I still want to have like this professional look to it. But I rarely use this because lately I just haven't been. But this one would be for like a more elevated camera bag style look. Now this one, I'm not sure if it draws attraction, but it's just a basic leather bag. And yeah, I don't think I need to show a loadout on that. I can fit a tripod, two cameras, my lenses, so it's a good setup to have. So I think it's easy to get lost in the sauce of camera backpacks, especially since a lot of the creators that promote gear also get benefits from doing so. They're either selling it through affiliate links, they get sponsored brand deals by these people. But what I find is that a lot of these creators, actually including myself, I don't use camera bags that much. But if you're looking for an excuse to spend money and fuel your gas or gear acquisition syndrome, I definitely recommend checking out this video where I talk about the best zoom lenses for the A7C II.